1966 Triumph Vitesse. So you can see it's finished in green with a black hood and black interior. Does suffer from the usual Triumph problems of poor panel gaps, and it does need a little bit of attention on the bodywork, which we'll show you as you go around. So starting with this driver's side, this front wing is all nice and tidy, it's nice and solid. It's got a few marks here and there that you can see if we sort of dart the camera about. The arch itself is lovely and solid. Obviously this bonnet is all one piece. On these it's not a fitted wing, as you'll know. If we come down onto the driver's door, you can see the panel gaps off. Door sort of kicks out at the bottom there, which to be fair, they kind of were bad from the factory, but this one does need some attention. It's got a bit of a mark here where I'm guessing there's been a wing mirror or something at some point. There's a bit of a crack. And a few more marks here and there. Bit of lacquer peel on the top. Like I say, it needs a little bit of attention bodywork wise. It is nice and solid, as you can see by these lovely solid arches all the way around. There's no sign of any corrosion, but there is marks here and there. It's got some sealer in that seam there. It's a bit ugly, but it is relatively straight. It just wants, like I say, a good bit of sorting out. Tail lights and everything are all complete. The whole car is complete. It drives really well, and more importantly, it's a Vitesse, so you've got the more popular engine than the Herald. A few marks on the deck lid there, but the actual panel again nice and straight. All the badges are correct. Around the hinges are nice. And again, if you look at that side, it's nice and straight, but that gap at the bottom kicks out massive. Nice and solid around that arch. There is no sign of any corrosion anywhere on it. Again, that seam has some sealer in it, which is ugly. Got a couple of little marks on the bottom of the door. And again, it sort of kicks out at the bottom of the bonnet again once a good adjustment. You've got a few marks along the bottom of the trim line. But the trim line actually itself is nice and straight all the way along. Bonnet, we've got a bit of a ding here. You might just be able to see that in the camera. And a few marks down the front, which you can see in the paint there. All the headlamps are nice and clear. The bumper sits nice and straight. Lower valance and everything is good. The hood, I would say, is relatively new because it's lovely and clean, lovely and straight. No sign of any wear at all on it. Really, really good. Windows are all lovely and clean on the back. A couple of creases in it because they've been down for a couple of days before we picked it up. Picked it up this morning. Around the windscreen's all nice and tidy. Along the bottom is all good. And importantly, it is a nice solid car. It's worth sorting it out. And interior wise, interior is really good. So nice wood on the top there. Dark door cards. Seats show no real signs of any wear. Carpet set's nice and dark. The wood on the dash is lovely. It has had this sort of pilot light fitted, but again, pretty easy to remove if you want to get rid of that. It shows 34,000. We don't have enough history to back that up. I would presume it's been over, to be fair. Back bench is all nice and tidy. The underside of the hood is lovely and clean. And the boot's nice and tidy. That tank's all good. We do have a tonneau cover. If you check the photos, that's fitted for the tonneau cover. There is a seat cover there as well if you want it. And then a carpet set. But underneath, lovely and straight, lovely and tidy. Like I say, being somebody's cherished car for a long time, the bodywork just lets it down. But it's nothing that can't be solved relatively easy. And onto this side, nice clean door card. Got a little mark on the seat where the stitching's come away there, so that one's reattached. Or, to be fair, you can, from the Triumph spares place, get the seat covers for those really cheap now. I think they're about 80 quid. Dash top and everything's all nice and clean. Pull the two clips and have a look under the bonnet. So like I say, this is the Vitesse, so it's the 2 litre six-cylinder model. Again, much more desirable than the much more desirable engine than the Herald. Bulkhead's lovely and solid, nice and tidy in there, as you can see. Around the suspension, everything, that's all good. Engine itself looks nice and standard, nice and clean. Again, you've got a little bit of paint flake from near the battery, but other than that, all good. All those sort of suspension legs, chassis rails and everything look nice. Engine again, nice and clean. Put the camera underneath, you can see does look to be nice and solid under there as well. we'll get it started up. Like I say, it does seem mechanically very nice. We did briefly take it down the road. It does drive well. Yeah, straight away fires up on the button. Nothing nasty flying out the back. Nice and smooth under there. So there you have it. Triumph Vitesse. Any more questions, please get in touch. Thank you.